Hello, good day, viewers. Still on WAEC 2024 Mathematics Examination Objective Questions. Today we are going to begin with question number 16 down to question number 20. And question number 16 is under logic. It reads, consider the following statements. We have two statements given M and N, where M stands for Edna is respectful, while N stands for Edna is brilliant. You should know that a statement is just a declaration. It could be true or false. So these two statements can be true or false, right? But we are given a conditional statement here which reads, if M, then N, which implies that if Edna is respectful, then she is brilliant. This is a conditional statement, and you should know that a conditional statement can also be true or false. All right. Which of the following is valid? Validity here means which one among these four options agrees with the initial statement or conditional statement here. All right, let's go through them. The first one here, you can see we have a sign here which stands for negation, the opposite of that statement. Negation M here stands for Edna is not respectful. And negation N here stands for Edna is not brilliant. So altogether, because of this error, it means that if Edna is not respectful, then she is not brilliant. We call this one the inverse of the original statement. This is inverse. Let's move to the next one. The second statement reads, if Edna is brilliant, then she is not respectful. This has no any relationship with the original one. So this one has no relationship with the original one. And we have another statement here which reads, if Edna is not brilliant, then she is not respectful. This is what we call the contrapositive statement of the original statement. And last one, you can see that it's almost the same with this one, though M and N has been switched. So we call this one converse of the original statement. All right, let's go back to the original problem. Before then, I would like to give you another statement. Let me see. Suppose, let me write it here. I will clean it later. Suppose M stands for Luku is in Sokoto. Sokoto is a state in Nigeria. Then let me write this one. Luku is in Nigeria. You see that Sokoto is a state in Nigeria, right? Therefore, for Luku to be in Sokoto, he must be in Nigeria. But he can also be in another state, like Lagos, and still be in Nigeria. But there is no way you can be out of Nigeria and still be in Sokoto. Therefore, the first statement must depend on the second statement. This is why I just write this one. Therefore, the first statement here, Edna is respectful, depends on being brilliant. Remember, we are looking for a true statement, right? If this is true, if this conditional statement given to us is true, then contrapositive is always true. This must be true. And if contrapositive is true, then inverse is not true. And inverse has the same truth value with the converse, always. So if the inverse is false, then converse must be false. And if this statement is false, then contrapositive must be false as well. Already I told you this one is out of the range. So which implies that contrapositive is the true statement here, is the valid statement. So we're going to mark it as C. So C is the right option here. And let me convince you that C is the right option. Let's assume that this statement is false. You know that definitely this must be false, and this must be true, and this must be true. And we cannot have two truths because we are looking for one here according to the question. Therefore, The contrapositive statement is the valid statement here. Now let us move on to question number 17. Question number 17 reads, a number is added to both the numerator and denominator of the fraction 1 over 8. If the result is 1 over 2, we are asked to find the number added. So I would like to declare the number with x. Let the number be x. So we are going to add x to both numerator and denominator of the fraction 1 over 8. So we have 1 plus x divided by 8 plus x. So we are adding the same value to both numerator and denominator, and the result is 1 divided by 2. So we need to find this x. By cross multiplication, we can take this and multiply by this. So 2 multiplied by 1 will give us 2, plus 2 multiplied by x will give us 2x, and this is equal to this times this. 8 plus x times 1 will not change it, so it remains 8 plus x. Let us collect the like terms. As we have 2x to the left, if x crosses over, it becomes negative x. This is equal to 8 is already to the right. As 2 crosses over, it becomes negative 2. And 2x minus x will give us just x. And 8 minus 2 will give us 6. But remember, we have declared the number with x. Therefore, the x is 6. The number added is 6. Unless if you want to confirm whether this is true. The moment you add 1 and 6 together, that will give us 7. If you add 8 and 6 together, that will give us 14. So if you reduce this, 7 can divide itself 1 time, and it can divide 14 2 times. So you can see 1 over 2, 1 over 2, which implies x equal to 6. Now let us move on to question number 18. Question number 18 is very simple on the ratio. It reads, Gifty, Justina, and Frank shared 60 oranges in the ratio 5 to 3 to 7, respectively. How many oranges did Justina receive? You should know that Justina is the second name here. Therefore, the second number here in our ratio represents Justina. And remember that these are all objective questions. You have to be very fast. So 3, which represents Justina, divide by the total ratio. If you add all of this together, you're going to get 15. Because 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 7 is 15. So you divide it by 15, then you multiply by the number of oranges you want to share among them, which is 60. And you know that 15 can divide 60 exactly 4 times. So 50 into 51, 50 into 60, 40. All we have is what? 3 multiplied by 4, which is equal to 12, which implies that Justina received 12 oranges. As simple as that. If you want to find out of Gifty, you take 5 out of 15 multiplied by 60. If you want to find that of Frank, you take 7 out of 15 multiplied by 60. But since we are only looking for that of Justina, we have to use 3. Question number 19, we are asked to find the quadratic equation whose roots are 2 over 3 and negative 1. Remember, we have a shortcut for that. The formula is x squared minus the sum of these roots, then multiplied by x, then plus the product of roots, right? Everything equal to 0. So this is x squared minus the sum, meaning we should add them together. We have 2 over 3 plus negative 1, but plus or minus will overpower, times x, then plus the product, meaning we should multiply them together, and this is equal to 0. 2 over 3 minus 1 is the same thing as 2 over 3 minus 3 over 3, which is negative 1 over 3. So x squared minus negative 1 over 3 times x, then plus, okay, if you multiply this together, you're going to get negative 2 over 3. This is equal to 0. Minus minus is plus. So we have x squared plus 1 over 3x minus 2 over 3 equal to 0. We don't need these fractions. Therefore, we can multiply every single term by 3. This times 3 will give us 3x squared. Then 3 times 1 over 3 will give us 1. 1 times x is x. Minus 2 over 3 times 3 will give us 2. And this is equal to 0. And hence, this is the quadratic equation that has these two roots, 2 over 3 and negative 1. Now, question number 20. A piece of road of length 44 meters is cut to form a rectangular shape such that the ratio of the length to the breadth is 7:4. We ask to find the value of the breadth. All right, you should know that this 44 will stand for what? The perimeter of that rectangle. So the road is bent to form a rectangular shape. This is the length and this is the breadth. But we are given a ratio here 7:4. Therefore, length divided by the breadth is equal to 7 divided by 4. We cannot conclude that the length is equal to 7 because this is an equivalent fraction. Maybe the fraction has been reduced to the lowest term. Therefore, we can attach a value here like x. X here, x here. Still, if you divide, you're going to get 7 over 4. And x here stands for a multiplication factor. Remember that the perimeter is given as what? 2 bracket length plus the breadth. But this time around, we are going to use this as the length, right? So P, which is given as 44 meters, is equal to 2 multiplied by L is 7x plus B, which is 4x. You divide both sides by 2. 44 divided by 2 is 22. This is equal to 7 plus 4 is 11. So we have 11x. And you can divide both sides by 11 to have the value of x. That is 22 divided by 11. And finally, x equal to 2. But x is not what we are looking for. We are looking for the breadth, which stands for what? 4x. So the breadth B is equal to 4x. Therefore, B is equal to 4 multiplied by 2 because x is equal to 2. And finally, B equals 8 meters. So the breadth is equal to 8 meters. And this is all about question number 20. In our next tutorial, we are going to begin with question number 21 down to question number 25. Thank you for watching. Do share to your learning colleagues. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting videos. Bye-bye.